As we reported earlier in the show, peeps in Oakland took their anger to the streets in the wake of the bullshit verdict given to the pig that murdered Oscar Grant. The footage of the mayhem that ensued was captured by mostly independent journalists who work for no pay to bring you the motherfucking truth from the streets of resistance. Wes Osburn of the Glassbeat Collective was there to cover the rebellion, but as we saw recently in Toronto, the motherfucking police has no love for video ninjas. So they grabbed Wes, fucked his arm up, and erased the footage of his arrest. To get the story from the horse's mouth, I invited Wes to give us a skinny. Hey Wes, how the fuck are you?
Doing well. Fresh out of jail and feeling better and doing really good.
So, in your own words, can you tell us just what the fuck happened?
Before it got dark, I mean, most of the things stayed pretty peaceful, it seemed like to me. People were fucking mad, but no one was really smashing anything until after the police kind of came in and started busting skulls.
If you do not do so, you will be arrested!
What are you doing to that woman?
What excuse did the pigs give to haul your ass to the clink?
I don't have a really good reason why they arrested me, but I think it was basically had to do with the fact that I was down there filming and filming police brutality.
Hey, I'm a journalist!
After they messed up my arm and zip-tied me, I was put in a paddy wagon with a 25-year-old guy who had his head busted open by a baton. He was bleeding from the head. In the hospital, on the way to the hospital, I took an ambulance with a 70-year-old woman who had been beaten with a baton over the head and had lacerations on her head.
And what did they charge you with?
They charged me with attempted arson and the bail. They set the bail at $125,000. And I think they obviously they definitely made that up and just blatantly lied about it. I looked at the sergeant. I said, "You're charging me with felony arson," and the sergeant said, "I saw it." And he looked me right in the eye and he said, "I saw it." But he's a fucking liar, and you know he knows it, and I know it, and the video evidence proves that. And so yeah, I think and they were doing it with other people too. They're making up charges in order to get people off the street so that they can't either film or dissent or whatever else.
Can you tell me how life was inside a government cage?
It was dirty as fuck, and I mean the prisoners were fine. I got along with everyone that was locked up, but the cops were really crude. They were joking about rape, saying what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. They threatened me with beatings because they said that I was un-American, and it was generally a lot of bullying on the part of the police, and they were just really shit talking, and there was a whole aura of just injustice. They sent me to Santa Rita jail, and you know it was the same as conditions are in jails all across this country, which is that the food is shit, medical treatment is completely lacking, and so-called inmates are treated as cattle, and it's basically a disgusting situation.
So why do you think the pigs are so fucking afraid of video ninjas?
I think it's just because we're doing our job, and they understand. The corporate media, the thing with them is they're never gonna show things that are contrary to their interests. So you know, people getting justice and people's rebellions and these things are contrary to the corporate view of what's in their interest, and so they're never going to play that, and they twist things up. So our only alternative is this type of media in order to get our voices out, and I just think it's really important. I think they acknowledge, I think just in their violence, that this work is becoming effective, and they're trying to do something about it. And I think that's also evidenced by these new laws that they're passing, I think in 3 states now, that make it illegal to film a police officer. They understand that this whole thing with Oscar Grant would have never happened if the camera hadn't have been there.
Thanks.